Good morning, people. Jim Adkins here from Adkins Results Coaching on a beautiful Wednesday morning. You're going to get tired of hearing me say how beautiful it is outside. But this is the time of year, man. This is it when Michigan makes it all up to me for being so cold and snowy all winter long. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning. Today, I wanted to come on here real quick and talk to you about your decisions. We had discussed it a little bit in our 30 days of positivity. And what I had you do there, if you remember right, is go back and just make some simple decisions on what it is you might want to set as a goal and then move forward with those goals. One thing that I didn't spend a whole lot of time on that I'd like to do, not a whole lot of time, but I'd like to touch on right now for you is what Tony Robbins calls the fourth pillar of success. And the idea behind his fourth pillar is no action takes place without a decision. And one of the things that's always intrigued me about decisions is how people can be faced with the same situation, the same set of circumstances, and make completely different decisions for themselves, for their life, for their loved ones, and the science that goes behind that decision making. And I'm going to share with you right now a tool that you can install that will help you in all of your decision making. And I'm not going to say it's going to create a situation where you're always making the right decisions, but I'm going to say that it's going to help you understand the decisions you've made and help you with the decisions in the future. And that simple tool is your state of mind when you make a decision. What is your belief system? What do you believe? And what are you telling yourself? And I should have prepared for this more this morning, but I can probably shoot from the hip or do it off the top of my head. Let's see if it works. So in the process of making a decision, there are certain things that take place where your body starts to prepare, your mind starts to take you places that are comfortable or uncomfortable. And how that happens is, let's say there's a stimulation point. Something takes place, something happens. The first thing you're going to do is give that meaning. Okay. What does this mean? And when you do that, your body will then lock into an emotion. How does this make me feel? And then from that point, what do I believe is going to happen next? Or what do I believe I'm capable of? Or what do I believe this is about? And then you make decisions based on that. Well, let me put this into perspective, because I use this in self-defense all the time. As a martial arts instructor, my whole life, I teach people to prepare for not the worst, but prepare for a situation that's nobody wants. No real decent human being wants to fight another human. That's just not how it is. And I'm not talking about the sport. I'm talking about, out in the world. So in essence, I have to create a balance. I make sure my students who come in for self-defense, because some of them come in for the art of Kung Fu, some of them come in for philosophy, health for Tai Chi, but for the ones that come in for self-defense, I have to build them up to a point to where when they are potentially attacked or need that confidence of the ability to defend themselves for whatever situation and still be optimistic and loving about life. In other words, I don't want them walking around looking for a fight. And it's a slippery slope. If you're training to hit, think about this, and you walk outside and you believe that everybody you meet has the potential to attack you, and they do, but that's your main belief system. How you treat people, how you look at people, the decisions you make on conversations, travel, everything is affected by what you believe. If you believe that everybody's out to get you, how do you think you're going to navigate your life? Right? So I just use that analogy because I create that balance for people. That's not what I'm about. That's not what we're about. So one of the main things I do in my martial arts classes is install the idea that we don't train for pain. We're not trying to hurt people, and so on and so forth. And I can go over that later in the martial arts videos. But let me give you some other examples that might fit in your life. Tony used to ask the question, finish the sentence. Life is like blank. Fill in the blank. And this pertains to your belief system and how you make decisions. Remember that. So if you say life is a test, life is like a test. What's your life like? You have to prepare for it. You could pass or fail at it. Some people are really good at tests. So, life is a test. No problem. How about life is a dance? You do it with others, or you can dance by yourself and be totally happy. Or you don't know how to dance and you're terrified of it. You got two left feet. So your belief in what you think life is, your blueprint, so to speak, will dictate the decisions and the state of being you are at the time. You give it meaning, you give it emotion, and then you make a decision. If you believe that you've been systemically, what's the words they're using now? If people are bad people, if you believe that people are really terrible and they're out to get you, like I said earlier, the decisions you make may not be the most empowering decisions to help the growth. And I know we talk about making our own decisions for ourselves, but to make the world a better place, and that sounds like a Miss America thing, but think about that. And you don't make decisions based on what you think other people are doing. You make decisions based on yourself. But to create a world of love will benefit yourself, especially if you start on the inside and you radiate it around. So let's talk about business. Let's talk about finances. Let's talk about relationships real quick, and I'll jump off here. I get to teach this morning. If you believe that people who have a certain amount of money are evil and have done something bad to get it, you'll never have any financial well-being over a certain amount unless you become what you think those people are like. And I can tell you this, it's not true. There are bad people in all walks of life, all financial situations. There are good people in all walks of life, in all situations, and great people in all walks of life, in all financial situations, right? So your belief will limit you or empower you. If you believe that abundance is abundant and that nobody has to lose in order for you to win, think about that. How much does that free you up? And I've had students tell me, they're billionaires, they're thieves and they're this, and I'm like, what? They don't even know these people. And it was an eye-opening experience that people think that way. If you believe that to have a great relationship, you have to give up your career, and that's your belief, that's your paradigm, what kind of decisions are you making on a daily basis? What is your life like? What are your finances like? What is your home like? Or vice versa. What if you believe you have, in order to have a fantastic career, and this is your belief, not the truth. If you believe that to have a fantastic career, you have to give up relationships, and that's your belief, that's your blueprint. Well, if your life conditions don't match that, you're creating a synergy that's not really there, and you've limited your growth and ability. And the decisions you make are going to be based on the emotions and the ideas and the meaning that you give to everything that you do, like that. So how do we fix this, Jim? Well, it takes some evaluation. You need to evaluate your blueprint. You need to evaluate your life conditions, and you need to get those in line with your beliefs and what you want to believe. Now, am I telling you to lie to yourself? No. I'm telling you to change one simple word, one simple phrase, anything in your vocabulary that takes away the limited belief ideas or the disempowering belief system that you might have installed or somebody else put upon you. Listen, your paradigms are set by the time you were 8 years old. Can you change those? Yes, but if you don't really look at them, you may be living ideas that your parents put into place that you don't really believe in, but they're deeply buried in there. It's time to start digging them out and changing them. Weed the garden. Okay, weeds grow automatically. There's a statement in your garden. So what you put in here, what you want to have in your garden, your belief system, your feelings, your emotions, that's up to you. All the other stuff that happens automatically based on your old paradigms or your old situation or even your old experiences, you can get rid of those just like the weeds. So today, if you want, this week, if you want, sit down and really evaluate. What are your goals about? What life conditions, what are you doing right now? And listen, you can't control everything in life, but you can influence it. Okay. You can't control the weather. You can't control the stock market, but you can influence your own finances. You can influence how the weather affects you. You can influence others. You can't control other people in your life, but you can start to change your life conditions. What are you doing daily to make things better for you? And then look at your blueprint. And your blueprint is basically, what do you believe life is like? And I hate to use this word, you catch me every once in a while, should. Life should be, I should be further along in my career at this age. I should have so much more money invested and saved. I should be nicer to people. I should, this, that, and the other thing. Well, you need to get rid of those shoulds and start making some definite ideas on your blueprint. What is it that life can be like for you? Design your life, make some decisions on what that means to you. Look for the good stuff, right? And then move forward. Okay, I'll come back and we'll do some more stuff on decisions because, listen, decisions shape your destiny. They really do. You can look at anything you have in your life right now, good, bad, indifferent, and you could probably trace it back to a decision or two that you made or didn't make that led you to where you are now. So this is really important. I want you to think about it. All right, decide right now to have a great day. What does that sun coming up mean to you? All right, on your mark, get set, grow. When this happens, it always makes me wonder what's taking place. Find out.